This video is sponsored by War Thunder. Many of you may have seen my previous video on GTA Online where I spoke about some of the pipe dream changes that I'd like to see made in the next game. I stand by pretty much all of what I said in that video, but I want to talk about some more fundamental changes that I think need to be made and whether or not I feel Rockstar can even pull it off. GTA Online released very shortly after GTA 5 to an unbelievable amount of people desperate to get on and try it out. So many, in fact, that it was practically impossible to get into the game because servers were so overwhelmed. I myself couldn't get in until the day after the thing came out. We were all so excited to play as our own characters and work our way up through the criminal ladder. And with the heist update seemingly not too far away at that point, we were ready to get stuck in. Everything that we take for granted now were the things that we desperately wanted to have. Buying your first apartment was such an achievement. This was my first apartment and I absolutely loved it. Of course, the dream was to own a place in Eclipse Towers. Anyone who was anyone was saving up for a spot there. Doing missions for various characters was new and it was fun. Rooftop Rumble is of course a favorite, but the Los Santos Connection was always one that you could find a game for. People loved it. Saving up for the adder was another top priority. Sometimes you might just want to go racing, so you load into a game of The Commute. Eventually, we would also get our first small content updates. The game was simple, and we were at the time more than satisfied with what we had. That was the launching pad for GTA Online. It was a template that Rockstar could work with, a foundation for them to build on and improve on over time as they begin to understand just what goes into making a live service game. From here, Rockstar worked their way towards adding heists, which took them until March 10th, 2015 to release, over 2 years after GTA Online came out. Before this, we had smaller updates with cars and clothes, and maybe a new job or race here and there. But after Heist release is where we really start to see the updates get bigger and bigger. You had ill-gotten gains, free mode events, different businesses started to become available to you, all of which had their own upgrades. Cunning stunts took racing in GTA to the next level, and eventually we got updates like the Doomsday Heist and the Diamond Casino Heist, and of course Cayo Perico. We also have a lot of different quality of life changes that have been slowly drip-fed to us over the years. Things that could have been implemented a lot earlier, like being able to play GTA Online in an invite-only lobby and being able to do all of your business missions with no interruptions. That one feature is one of the reasons I've played this game for so long. Though it's been a while since I last touched it, but there have been so many more quality of life updates and they're still coming with every update. One quality of life feature that I really would like to highlight though is this incredibly smooth transition to the sponsor of today's video, War Thunder. War Thunder is the most detailed and comprehensive vehicle combat action game to date, and it's free to play now on PC and consoles. Take charge of over 2,500 vehicles including tanks, planes, helicopters and ships from 10 major nations, ranging from biplanes and armored vehicles from as far back as 1920 to more contemporary war machines like fighter jets and modern battle tanks, all simulated and modeled down to their individual components. And with the X-ray view, you get to see a detailed view of exactly what happened when you attacked and what was affected, creating a highly immersive combat experience. Get immersed in the intense action of War Thunder, complete with realistic graphics, highly detailed vehicles, and the most authentic sound effects. It will place you right at the helm of the most powerful war machines to date. Play now, enjoy the worldwide community of over 17 million players in incredible PvP battles today, and dive headfirst into War Thunder. Available on PC, PlayStation, and Xbox for free, so be sure to sign up using the link in the description or the pinned comment because new players, and players who haven't played in 6 months, will receive a massive bonus pack with a lot of good stuff to give you a head start in the game. Big thanks to War Thunder for sponsoring this video. So what about GTA 6's online? The new online has a daunting task ahead of it. It needs to be something brand new with new opportunities that differentiate it from its predecessor, while also delivering that core GTA Online experience that keeps players coming back today. Personally, I'm not sure if those two things are compatible. Yes, I can point to the obvious things like the futuristic angle later GTA Online updates took before they kind of rolled it back and all of the gameplay elements that came with those. But there's also the various businesses that we're used to running, the incredible races that we've come to love. The heists and everything surrounding them have become the very core of the game in many ways. The gameplay loop for GTA Online can get very dull and tedious, yet surprisingly it's been enough to keep the game afloat for over a decade. This next iteration is going to have to run for at least another decade, and they likely already have big plans for their online mode, mapped out far into the future. The fundamental problem is this. Rockstar hasn't exactly been clear if this new game is going to be a clean slate, or if we're going to be able to bring over our characters and potentially even more from the current game. Both of these options present a few problems. If we are going to start again with a clean slate, we're going to have to once again work our way up through the criminal ladder, meeting characters in the world and doing jobs for them, and making money any way we can. Or, if we're going the route of a continuation, there's going to have to be some kind of continuity between not only our character with money and vehicles, but also the events the character has been through, and most importantly, the gameplay. Your character would start with their foot in the door, so to speak, and would most likely skip the beginning stages of the criminal underworld. I think it's worth mentioning that a lot of GTA Online isn't canon, but some of it is. Around the middle there was a time jump in universe, which is where some of the things start going buck wild. That's where events splinter from what I'll call the main timeline, as before this, GTA Online was set just before GTA 5. There are some elements that are likely to stay canon though, like the fates of Franklin and Lamar, and other more grounded characters and events like the opening of the Diamond Casino. This means if we're going to go with the continuation of GTA Online, 6's Online would automatically be set in a separate timeline where Rockstar could do anything they want without having to worry about continuity with GTA 6. In my mind, this will lead us to getting to the more wild updates a lot sooner than we would otherwise. Conversely, if we go clean slate, we have an opportunity to tell more about the characters and the world that we know from the story, to put some more meat on what are already some very meaty bones. For all its faults, I feel like Red Dead Online did this quite well, and of course to an extent GTA Online. This could give some story characters more of a spotlight, all the while providing some good core Grand Theft Auto style gameplay. Personally, I don't mind what we get. I've seen a few people in my comments section say that Rockstar has confirmed that we will transfer our characters to the new game, but I haven't found any evidence to back that up yet. I think we're going to be going with a clean slate. It just makes sense. We also have to remember that GTA 6 has the PS5 and Xbox Series consoles as their target hardware. GTA 5 may have released on the previous two generations, but it is still fundamentally an Xbox 360 game. Every system built for that game on that engine was made to run on the Xbox 360 and the PS3. Improvements were made with the first next-gen update. Graphically, it was a lot better, but underneath, it was still the same game. The current version of the game may not be limited to the previous generations anymore, but it's still restricted by a lot of the systems that are still present in this decade-old game. The current version of GTA 5 is essentially just the PC version with more stuff grafted on. The PC version of GTA 5 did come out later, but it's still old. Any improvements to the load times and specifically graphics are just additions that have been grafted onto this aging version of the Rage engine. The core gameplay just can't change. That's why GTA Online has really never branched out that far. GTA 6 will be using entirely new technology, far better than that of Red Dead Redemption 2, let alone GTA 5. There's an opportunity for a big shakeup of how we play GTA Online. I really truly believe that GTA Online cannot survive if it tries to replicate the success of its first iteration. As much as we've come to expect more of the same in GTA Online, we can't keep doing the same source missions and sell missions. We can't keep getting business after business to uphold with no real incentive other than a mediocre payday. Unfortunately, we can't get heists either. We need something new in its place, another big goal to work towards, and money cannot be the only incentive. What GTA Online is missing is depth. There is undeniably a lot of content in the game at this point, almost countless things to do at any moment, but none of it feels like progression. They're all just there to get you more money so you can spend it on high-priced items. Now, that's an element that needs to be there, don't get me wrong, but have you ever stopped and just thought about how shallow of an experience the game can be at times? The cargo businesses are just source and sell, there's nothing too interesting going on, even if the air freight cargo missions can be fun at times. It's the same with the gun running, source materials, bring it back to the bunker, and wait until you can sell them. All of the biker businesses make me want to bash my head in with how boring and tedious they are. And the nightclub? It essentially runs itself. You just have to kick out a bad apple or drive a VIP home every once in a while to make sure you're still earning ticket money. But you don't even have to do that if you don't want to. As if you've got biker businesses, the nightclub is just going to accrue money anyway. Once you isolate all of the various activities in the game and what each of them is asking of you, you might start to realize that a lot of them are just inconsequential. They don't matter. Oh, Rockstar released biker businesses? Let me buy the document forgery office. Realize I waste my money and never go there again. There's no incentive, nothing pushing me to do anything in particular. There's a vast ocean of content for GTA Online, and yet none of it leads anywhere except a paycheck. And some of them, like the document forgery office, doesn't even pay that well. The change Rockstar needs to make, in my opinion, might be a controversial one. I want you to hear me out. Make GTA Online more like Grand Theft Auto. It's simple, right? What I mean is, during any playthrough of any Grand Theft Auto, you'll be going through missions at your own pace, and eventually you'll do a mission, and as a reward you might get a unique vehicle, a new home, new weapons, new locations to explore. You also meet new people and unlock new missions and opportunities. Sometimes you even have to make hard choices. I'd like to see more of this in GTA Online. I'm not looking for a second story mode. I understand GTA Online's biggest draw is the sense of freedom, but there's got to be something else other than money that we can strive for. One idea that I had is a respect system, similar to Saints Row, hear me out, separate to a player level. I wouldn't have it deplete as it does in Saints Row. When you do missions, the respect bar would be consumed. I wouldn't have that. I would just have a level that keeps going up and up and up and up. But I think it would be quite interesting to have to earn enough respect by completing missions or free roam activities to be able to do various things in the open world. For example, there will be vehicle dealership websites like in the current game for sure, there's no doubt about that. But what if there were independent dealers across the state of Leonida, run by various gangs or organizations, that you have to earn enough respect to have the opportunity to buy from them? There could be gun clubs that will only sell you certain high-value weapons if you have enough respect. Perhaps there's a house that you'd like to buy, but the local gang isn't that friendly when you're around. Maybe if you had enough respect, they would leave you alone when you're around and you can finally buy that house. There are a lot of things that could be done with a system like this to create a sense of progression and forward momentum as you play the game. Something to work towards in addition to increasing the size of your wallet. Money can talk, but respect is what opens doors. Rockstar, I imagine, has already had these conversations internally. Only they know what the new game is going to look like, so to go back to the question posed in the title, can GTA Online change? Can Rockstar? Their current formula has been working better and better for them since it began, and certain issues have only gotten worse over time. The overpriced vehicles and clothing items, as well as businesses and upgrades, have kept coming and coming, with Rockstar easing their foot off the gas just a little bit in the past year or so. In part, I think it's because of the success of GTA Plus, their subscription service. The benefits are decent, and the price I believe is only $4.99 a month. That's Great British pounds. But the precedent that's been set is one that I'm uncomfortable with. A revamped GTA Plus will no doubt ship alongside or shortly after the new game, and it might even have a revamped price. Look, for GTA Online now, I'm not really that bothered about GTA Plus. For a new or newish player coming to the game, GTA Plus is quite an attractive option since a lot of people they'll be playing with are literally years ahead of them. For this new game, I'm afraid that the current system they have will creep into GTA 6. With GTA Plus, you get access to cars, businesses, apartments, discounts, and more. This, in a brand new game, will be pay to win. GTA Plus members will likely have one of the best, if not the best car at the time just given to them, so they'll have an advantage in races. They may also have weapons gifted to them, so they'll have better firepower. They'll also have an apartment and garage, most likely too, which currently in GTA Online gives you access to extra content, with that being heists. Free-to-play players will most likely be missing out on quite a bit of content while they save up. All the while GTA members have already rinsed it. GTA Plus is going to have to change too, but that's a harder one to nail down. How do you provide content worth a subscription fee that isn't going to give you an advantage over people who don't pay? It's too tricky for me to figure out. We need a new game, not a new version of what we already have. GTA Online was fun, and I've had a lot of good times on there, but it's time for change. It's time for something new. I just hope Rockstar can deliver on this, and not expect us to keep playing more of the same. A new map isn't going to be enough to keep the game alive for another 10 years. We need something new. Here's hoping that Rockstar can see past their large bags of money to see what the game really needs. Before we end this video, I'd like to once again thank War Thunder for sponsoring this video. Go and play War Thunder now on PC, Xbox, and PlayStation using the link in the description or the pinned comment. New players and players who haven't touched the game in 6 months will receive a massive bonus pack, including multiple premium vehicles, 100,000 Silver Lions to spend, and 7 days of War Thunder Premium, among other things. This offer is available for a limited time only, so be sure to claim it quickly. Thank you all for watching. I hope to see some lively discussion in the comments section about what you're expecting and what you'd like to see from the new GTA. I'm done with the quote-unquote negativity towards GTA 5 and GTA Online. I do love these games, and I've spent a stupid amount of time playing both. I'll have a video out soon talking about what I love about GTA Online, so keep an eye out for that one. And don't forget to hit the like button as it helps the video get seen. Thanks again for watching, keep it breezy, and take it sleazy.